of Dream Fest Minithon. I'm like, I have changed the name so many times because Lord knows that it was definitely going to be hard for me to try to keep up with any type of vlogmas. But I definitely love the holiday content. I'm like, I feel like I put out, enough content in the algorithm, let it sit. So now we can come back fresh on this Fine Girl Friday, get right. Because I'm like, I'm fresh out the shower. I'm not laced with baby powder, but I am baby oiled. I'm like, I know that's right, and I know that's exactly what it is. So yeah, grab your snacks, whatever the case may be, so we can get into the moral of story today. Because yeah, I'm like, we're back with Dream Fest, y'all. And before we do anything, we need to go ahead and thank God for this day, because thank you, Lord, for this day. Thank you for letting us be here. Thank you for your protection, your grace, your mercy. Thank you, Lord, for letting us make it through this year into the next year, as we know that a lot of people have not. So for us being here, we are grateful. We are praying for better days. We are being better people so that we have better days. And we are praising your name each and every day, because that's exactly what we are called here to do for you. So thank you, Lord, for your goodness, your grace, your mercy. Thank you, Lord, that my hair, when we do it, it's gonna be hydrated. Let it come out the way that I'm trying to make it come out, Lord. So that way, and it's not only hydrated, but styled in a way that I don't have to wear a bun for the next few days until I decide that we're gonna straighten it for Christmas. But if we could let it be naturally curly and hydrated and not dried out, Lord, that would be wonderful too. If that's something we can figure out before this year ends, but we will try until we succeed each and every day, whether it's live, behind the scenes, in the shorts, in the video, in a archive episode. Either way it goes, it's powered by boats and it's based on a true story. So Lord, you are good, you are great. Amen. Happy birthday to everybody that's born today. Bible verse of the day is in the description, and the Bible verse of the day is coming from Romans 12:19. And the Bible verse of the day does say, do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath. For it is written, it is mine to avenge. I will repay, says the Lord. Which is so funny, because I'm here to run my mouth about people. And I did not take revenge, but I never really got to tell my side of the story. And since I have to do my hair today, I figured I could do a cute little story time, or a quick little story time, whatever the case may be, because I don't like doing story times with nothing, just having to sit and just talk. But since I have something to do, I'm like, let's go ahead and get into the gist of what we have going on today. I'm so mad that I don't have my other phone because it has the notes in it. But the majority of what we got going on today is we're going to do a story time about how I got, you know what? Because I don't even want to say got into it with the it girls of the internet. Okay, so we gotta tell the story right. We gotta tell the story right. But that's just gonna be the story times of how I got into it with. I'm like, how are we gonna start the order of this sequence? Because I forgot the notes on the other phone, and I don't feel like looking for it. But I want to say it started off. The first person I got into it with was Dream Doll, and then the next person that I got into it with was Ella, and then I most recently got into it with Jayda. And I'm like, we just gotta, since we're here for Dream Fest Minithon, I'm like, we may as well go ahead and talk about it. I'm like, what? The perfect place to talk about it is my platform, and here we are. So boom, I just washed my hair, like I said, fresh out the shower, laced up in my baby oil. Thank you for leaving some love in the chat. You are greatly appreciated. I did co-wash and do a rice water treatment when I washed my hair. I love Shea Beauty. I stand by Shea Beauty. If I don't use a protein wash, I always use my rice water for protein. If you haven't seen my short, or if you haven't seen any of my natural hair videos, my hair loves protein. So with this rice water protein, it makes it hair strong. My hair definitely be like, I like that. So I'm like, we're gonna do my hair. We're gonna do my hair. So I got the rest of the Shea Beauty kit right here. I have done an unboxing for this on my channel, and we are going to actually use the Shea. Here we go with this again. YouTube, we gotta get this together. I don't know what this is, but they trying to do a whole bunch of new features on this app, which I'm not mad at. But I'm just like, every time I'm on my live and just want to shut off, but at least y'all resume. I thank y'all for that. So boom, back to the hair mask that we're using today. It is Shea Beauty, and it is the Ultra Moisturizing Hair Mask, Hair Butter. This is honestly my favorite hair mask at the moment because it's so nutrient rich in oils. I typically would have on my hair bonnet for this. Oh, but I also typically use that hair bonnet with the oil is on my hair, and my hair is fresh from out the shower, so I guess this is the bonnet that I'm supposed to be using. But yeah, it's a hair butter. So it's butter, oil based, all that good stuff. My hair loves it. I'm like, what does it say? Soybean, lavender, cocoa, shea, olive. Yeah, all that good stuff. And the hair styling brush from Shea Beauty. I'm like, I'm going to try to use this again as well. I'm never going to give up on this brush. I love this brush. I'm like, they're a black company, so I got to figure it out. But I just feel like, you know, between my Sheila, as far as like this part of my, is it Sheila? It's Felicia. After I said, I'm like, Sheila, that don't sound right. Felicia Leatherwood. Felicia sound like a black woman. I don't know if I ever met a white Felicia in my life. Now that I think about it, and I went to school with predominantly white children my entire life until I went to a HBCU, and that was culture shock for me because I still live in a like middle class suburban white neighborhood. You know, it's like one black family per, you know, block in the neighborhood over here. But still, I'm like, I don't know if I've ever met a white Felicia. So yeah, obviously Felicia Leatherwood, I stand by this brush. It works for me. But like I said, I'm never gonna give up on this Shea Beauty hair defining brush. I just watched Zanique's video, and apparently I'm supposed to be using the end of this brush, which if you look at any other brush, it don't look like this. So I'm like, maybe that's the step that I don't have, is after you put the product in your hair, apparently you're supposed to roll your hair up in the curl to get the clump and then ringlet it down. Did y'all know that? I never knew that. So I'm telling you, because that's what we're going to try and see what we got going on. Now, I want to turn on my fan. Okay, I might have to come up out this robe, even though it is house coat season, because I'm just like, it's getting a little toasty up under this robe. And I know I got to keep going. And I know it's only 16 ounces of water up in here. So I'm like, we need to go ahead and get to it. So I'm like, oh, also, how we get here for the story time and the moral of the story is, so the other day, oh my God, this is why I love a protein wash. See what I'm saying? My hair just be so hydrated after a protein wash. And it's just like I have not mastered, because I can't say figured out. I have not mastered keeping the curl, the volume, so that it's like this. I love it because, again, this is the protein wash and how it, oh my God, it just keeps it so hydrated. And it's just like, I don't want to lose the hydration, but I also have not mastered what to do. So we're going to figure that out. We're going to figure that out. I'm like, we got the time today. And like I said, I am also going to entertain not only myself, but you all with these story times. You see how like pretty that one is? That's why I'm like, we got to figure this. We got to figure it out because I absolutely love my hair. If it does not work out the way I want to in this test run, then we will be straightening it for Christmas because we already got the Christmas text message. The family, you know, trying to pop out and show them. So that's why I'm just like, hey, I got to figure out what I'm looking like because I don't plan on wearing clip-ins. But I'm also thinking, am I going to put some braids in my hair? Have y'all seen, because I'm like, we're going to get to story time, but have y'all seen the fantasy braids? I think that's what they call. If they not called fantasy braids, I'm making something up and I want to try the fantasy braids. But essentially, it's your hair. You braid your hair kind of like how you have mini twist sections, how the braids are really small. But instead of, I'm like, did they add hair? I don't think you add hair. I think you just feed in. Or maybe they just added like one thing of hair. I gotta go back and watch the video because like I said, after I'm thinking, I said this before I got on live in my head, but I gotta tell y'all. But I'm like, Yeah, I'm gonna watch it again because I feel like it's simple enough for me to do it. You just braid your hair and then you crochet in curly pieces so that way it looks like you have like boho. I don't really know. Fantasy braids. That's why I'm just like, I think that's what it's called. So I if this don't work out, cause see, that's why I'm like, look at how just if I could figure out how to keep the shape, because I'm like, it's fresh out the shower, wet, fresh off a wash. So that's why I'm just like, we got to figure something out. But we definitely got to do a mask to also keep this hydration going into the winter season. But I mean, and taking care of my hair myself, I'm not mad at it. Okay, so boom, how we got here and a moral of the story. Because the other day, I was watching on YouTube, doing like I always do, mind my business, and I'm browsing on YouTube. And in my latest short, I used the video from Cherry. I wanna see it's called Main Character. And I was gonna use this song for my birthday. However, I felt like my pictures fell flat, just being honest. And they did, because I didn't even, get the uproar that I wanted to get. I mean, I kind of did, but like, yeah, I could. I'm trying to do a little bit more. I'm just being honest. So I did not end up using the song, and I just kind of made, I made it work. It all worked out. But then I just did my Women Crush Wednesday, what I'm starting now as a new series. I should have gotten my Fenty hair tie from up there, but I'm like, hopefully this, okay, boom, that definitely kept the hair out of the way just like I needed. So yeah, I ended up using Cherry on my Women Crush Wednesday photo recreation set that I did. And then just watching her interview, my mom saw it. And then she was just like, who is that? And I was like, it's this new girl named Cherry. And from the interview, I found out she signed to the Weekend. I love Abel. I've been heavy on House of Balloons lately, like taking me back to child when I first was in my adulthood, trying to figure out life, trying to figure out if I'm gonna keep going to college. I mean, this was literally, like 2011, 2012. I graduated and went to college in 2010. So, yeah, that's why I'm just like, this is the time where I'm trying to figure life out. Now, y'all, hold on, because real quick, y'all know last time I used my Shea Beauty products, it comes with a whole hair kit. Why is that hair kit not in here? Because I'm like, now I need some hair tools. Okay, but I see I got the hair kit over here. I'm like, can y'all see as I try to go through this kit real quick? But yeah, so my mom's like, who is that? And I'm just like, apparently it's this girl named Cherry. She signed to the Weekend. And I'm trying to just figure out who she is, because I do think she is the next. Like, she should be our it girl, because what she was talking about, and I'm going to get into that as well, because that was funny as well. But, okay, so boom. Here is a hair clip. So I'm going to just use this. But yeah, my mom's like, who is that? And I'm telling her, yada, yada, yada. And my mom was just like, oh. She's like, she's pretty. That's the kind of it girl I thought you would be. And I was just like, my hair clip broke. Because that's what happened. A part of me just broke. And I asked her, I said, are you trying to say I'm not an it girl? And then this is just coming as like shock, because like my mom even said, she was just like, no, just the it girl that you were just growing up, you're not that same it girl that you are now, which is true. I'll give her that, because my it girl was a hot girl, but now I'm back to being a holy girl. Jesus is my homeboy. I'm back to being that girl. So it's just like, I get where she was coming from, but I just had to ask her because I need to see how other people see my brand and what I got going on. And yeah, I was just like, baby, you gotta enlighten me on what you're trying to say, because my mom is not the first person in my family that's even said that. Like, my cousin has said that to me before, when my cousin first started following me on Instagram. And on Instagram, I have like a couple hundred followers, not even 1,000 followers. I don't even think I have 500 followers on Instagram. And that's another reason why I completely gave up on Instagram. But when my cousin, because he lives in California, and y'all know I'm in Florida. So when my cousin followed me on Instagram and we're just like talking, and he was just like, you know, again, knowing me my whole life, knowing me as like the local it girl. And now that we have this whole internet influencer it girl era, everybody's expecting me to be in this. Me too. So that's why I don't be understanding how it don't work out, especially as, you know, the daughter of a socialite, you know, the daughter of a rapper, you know, like, you know, my family's ownership in the Universal Circus, like entertainment, you know, spotlight, you know, all of that is definitely my lane. So my cousin has even told me with like, this was years ago, because I would say this Instagram is from 2019, so this would have been 2019, and he was just like, I'm surprised you're not one of them it girls like Jayda and Ari. And I was just like, honestly, me too. I'm not gonna have it. I'm not gonna hold you. The only difference that I could, hold on, because give me my hair back, brush. Hold on, give me my hair back. Give me my hair back. Okay. But I'm like, the only thing that I could think of is because I don't give up no coochie. In the least bit. I feel like that's the only difference between me and what these girls got going on is I'm like, even just thinking about like how Suki Hana just talked about Saweetie, talk about just be honest about the fact that, you know, the music don't make you no money. You a yacht girl. A lot of these girls be selling themselves for a little coinage. And I've been holding on to my morals. Moral of the story. I've been holding on to my morals. So yeah, like I said, y'all, they back like they don't want to get me nowhere, but we go keep, you know, living for the Lord and being, you know, God's dog, God's daughter, whatever the case may be. But yeah, like I said, just hearing people's perspectives and all the other kind of stuff is so funny because, like I said, I feel like the only reason why I'm not is because like I was even listening to, I think the YouTube, and I'm just shouting out a whole nother YouTube channel, but shout out to everybody on YouTube. I want to say the channel is No Face No Case because the man had a paper bag on his head as he was just talking about hoes in the industry and how like it's different type of hoes. Like basically Bernice Burgos and Chinese Kitty are like top tier hoes because they have like a madam and allegedly I'm just summarizing what he said in that story. I'm not saying none of these people do this. I'm telling y'all my interpretation of what that man was saying in the video. Like I said, I think the channel is No Face No Case. Y'all can go check it out if you see a black man, because he is still identifying himself because he got a wedding band on. I know he a black man. He don't got no gloves on like Mickey Mouse. So, you know, he got a bag on his head, but I know that he a black man. So he was just talking about, yeah, how girls like Bernice Burgos, Chinese Kitty in their industry, I guess even Jayda and Ari, these girls, it's called network. Now that's the kind of networking they do. And when they be on them, okay, see, I don't know because I haven't been there. I'm just telling you my interpretation from what we see on the World Wide Web, because I'm just like, nah, I'm just running my mouth like I know something, and I don't. So don't think I know nothing besides what I've seen on this World Wide Web. And I'm like, I think that is all the disclaimer that I have to say, because like I said, I don't need nobody saying I said nothing. Don't be trying to shut my little channel down for me expressing my thoughts and opinions. The only place they matter on my platform. So boom. And me not, you know, being, oh, that girl, that electronic lady, that name started with an A, started talking, reminding stuff. So, oh, because it's 12:45 Eastern Standard Time. Because I'm like, what is she going off about? But it's a reminder. Okay, so boom. And I'm trying to hear what she reminding. Because she going to keep going, child. I mean, she going to eventually stop. But yeah, just, you know, in branding myself, growing my brand authentically without having to sell my body, because I don't want to do that. I'm like, child, even though people have asked me, like, even though YouTube, like, you sell content, do you have an OF? So even the latest picture, my dad tell me, we're gonna have to make sure she don't have no OF. Like, come on now. I've been keeping these morals intact for the longest. Because I'm like, at this point, I'm over 30. If I was gonna have an OF or something like that, baby, I'm gonna tell you. I'm trying to get this money, but I don't. I'm like, I'm over here doing it the legal way. YouTube, Patreon, my website, child, reserve a rental if you have an event. That's why I'm like, that's over here what I'm trying to, you know, get it the right way. So, it, like I said, just listening to my family, it just made me think about the times where I have gotten into it with the it girls. And that could also be a reason why I don't fit in their circle. So that's why it's like the moral of the story, if you can't join them, beat them. Because I'm like, at the end of the day, I had to think about the fact that I am YouTube Academy freshman class 2025. Kind of like, you know, double XL freshman class. I'm like, I just made YouTube Academy's freshman 2025. And I'm like, next year finna be my sophomore year on YouTube. And it's time to, you know, rock and roll with it for real. That's something like we've learned a lot. We've gained a lot of information this year that we are definitely going to implement moving forward. Yeah, because I'm like looking at where we started to how we got here. The hydration is to the max. The hydration is to the max. I'm like, I should see if I could do these little ringlets that she said, but I don't know. So I'm like, I'm supposed to, ooh, the brush is slipping in so much oil. That's what I like. It's got that slip. Okay, so boom. Wrap it around the brush. Rolling it up. Rolling it up. Oh, snap. Now, hold on. Because I'm like, oh, wait. Okay. Okay, so boom. We rolled it up. And then I can't figure out how to make no ringlet. Because I'm like, wait, huh? Ooh. And this is, I can't even use a curling iron. Oh, my goodness. I'm like, now I'm thinking about the fact that, because I'm like, how am I supposed, like, I can't figure out how to. Okay, so boom. Maybe that's it. Um, I'm not certain what difference it made, but I feel like it made a difference as far as clumping when you're supposed to dry your hair. Will I be doing that all the way around? Now I see why they say they only do that to the top section of your hair. This part, now that I think about it, you can leave just shing-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. But I am going to just twist it up so that way it is holding as much moisture as possible. But boom, I'm like, let's go ahead. How you gonna come to the live, subscribe for the first time, and say, can you have a mod? Absolutely not, baby. You have not made yourself welcome or known enough to be a mod. Absolutely not. Sorry. It's just not gonna happen. Sorry, not sorry. Not even sorry. Because I can't believe you came to somebody that you don't even know talking about, can I have a mod? What? At this point, now I'm going to put out applications. Now I'm going to put out another Google form. Oh, yeah. If y'all haven't submitted for my casting call, submit for my casting call for my new YouTube series. Also, I just submitted for someone else's, to be a part of someone else's YouTube series. I should share with y'all too. But yeah, I'm like, submit for my casting call, submit for the, it's Rent Due. That's exactly what it is. Have y'all seen the YouTube animation Rent Due? I be watching Rent Due. I be watching the Corner Store. These YouTube animations, and I'm not even a cartoon person, but I love original content, especially in the day and age of reposting other people's content, reacting to other people's content. Like, it's so rare to have productions. Like, and that's why I said I'm just trying to, you know, get my series together because I miss original content. I feel like a lot of the content is the same. Like, boom, Arnell popped the balloon. Now everybody got to pop something, do something. It's just like, oh my God, I don't want to watch no dating show. But yeah, I don't watch dating shows. I'm thinking, because I'm like, I did watch Patty and Millionaire Matchmaker, but that's because I don't know. But I don't, like I said, I've been on the animated series on YouTube lately. They've definitely been doing their thing. So, like I said, tap into mine, tap into theirs if you're trying to build your community. Because if you can't join them, there are plenty of opportunities to beat them, especially it seems like these girls are so soulless on the inside, which is why we have to talk about the moral of the story. Yes, because at the end of the day, girl, it's, oh God, girl. Girl. I'm talking about they be going through it. Oh, Mariah the scientist be going through the ringer. The ringer, honey, behind life. Which is just something that I also can't do. They be getting cheated on in public. What? Oh, no, ma'am. And take him back. Oh, no. Oh, no. The little locals that I be dealing with can't even play with me. You think I'm finna let a rapper? No. No. Oh, no. Oh, I could never. I just could never. It's just, especially just thinking about, oh, I got into it with Aaliyah J too. I was about to say, just thinking about the 3 people that I named. So it's 4 story times. I look like this finger double jointed as well. So it's 4 story times that I'm gonna get into it today. So I'm like, so it must be I got into it. I get into it a lot with a lot of people, okay? Because I am the unpopular opinion. Because I don't want to say I be right, but it's just like, it's not like it's my standard, it's God's standard. Like, just calling, like, girl. Like, even when I just talk about not Chloe, Hallie and that baby, and I hate to call Halo that baby. Because even with Daryl, I'm just like, y'all didn't have to do that. I still feel like that. Like, on Grease, it was supposed to be summer loving, had me a blast. Y'all came up with a baby. Oh my God. And then can't get it together. It's just like, oh my God. And then I think about Ungodly Hour, just where, like, Callie told all the signs that she was freaking nuts. And it's just like, everybody be so shocked. And it's just like, where were y'all when they did Ungodly Hour Tea Time for that whole album and era? Like, they got on live and kept it very real so you could understand who the both of who they were as artists and individuals. And that's why I love them. And that's why I'm like, we are rooting for them at the end of the day. Beyonce and that Parkwood better get it together, because I'm not playing with her and them girls. Shoot. Like, girl, you artist. I need this company to be on this biggest WON one. Because I told y'all how I don't be liking how Beyonce and Jay-Z want to take the biggest talent, and then, like I said, J. Cole, Rihanna, Chloe, Halle. I'm just saying, there's a pattern. Pattern recognition. There is a pattern. You want to bother these people and then do not do right by them. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. That's also another, I was about to say, that's kind of what these other people that I have, and the people that I'm doing my story time have in common. Like I said, starting out with Dream Doll. Dream Doll I got into it with first. Like I said, yeah, Dream Doll, and then it was Ella, and then it was Aaliyah, and then it was Jayda. Like, there was some other people in between, but I'm like, only for this story, I thought it was only 3, but I'm like, we could segue into those 4. And then, yeah, I'm like, because we still got some, Minithon to go on. But boom, starting with Dream Doll. Yeah, Tabitha. And that's the part that really made me mad. When I got into it with Dream Doll, that was the first blow for me, because that was rough. Because welcome to the Bad Girls Club. Don't like me to the hype to the cake. Do you think I care what you say? Bad girls who like to talk tough, roll with us. You can't get, like, come on. So me being a fan of Tab, just from, come on Natalie Nunn, I told y'all I was watching Bad Girls Club season 1, episode 1 the other day. Like, I've been there from season 1, episode 1, loved them all up until they got to them, after 2010 episodes. And then it was just like after I graduated and they started catering to Gen Z TV, trash, just as I thought. Because I don't understand how people got jiggy with R. Carly. I mean, like, after True Jackson VP, Nickelodeon, what did y'all think y'all was going to do? Like, what? I don't know if I should have did this one piece this big, but I'm like, we're already here. We're moisturizing it. So, boom, Dream Doll. All right, y'all. So, at this time, I can't even say at this time, because if you know, and if you don't know, then now this is and that. Even though I'm a Florida girl, I am mixed with Chicago. I am a wannabe New York native. I am a Cali girl on my daddy's side of my heart. So, like I said, because my cousin's in Cali. So, yeah, I'm like, my personality, especially because, yeah, being, a Florida girl with Nicki mixtapes and burning them and listening to them, you know, in my car on the way to school, stuff like that as a teen. There's a lot of, I just love New York. I love their attitude. I feel like, yeah, like especially being a Florida girl and having a big personality, I've always loved New York because of my personality. So me in New York, me, New York, the Big Apple. We definitely have, you know, something going on. So I've always kept up with the New York girlies for some reason, some way, somehow. I guess because that was the closest way I could always like see what was going on in real time and real life in New York is actually like, you know, following their social sites. Like, small disclaimer, small pivot. That's why I'm so upset with Vlogmas right now, because I'm looking at Vlogmas and it's only December 19th and people are on like Vlogmas day 35. And it's just like, when did y'all start recording Vlogmas in July? Y'all giving us these old episodes. Like, I want to see what's going on in your city right now today. Like, that's the whole point of Vlogmas. If it's not what's going on that day that you're posting, what the hell is going on right here? And when I say stuff like that, that's just how I become the unpopular opinion. And that's why, like I said, I start putting my opinions where they matter. My platform, because when I be asking people in their comments, they be like, well, you don't have to watch it. You don't have to be here. It's like, you're right. You are 100% correct. Because I'm just feeling like if your Vlogmas ain't real, authentic Vlogmas, you know, or what happened on December 19th, 2025, I don't want to see it. You could probably give me something that happened. If it didn't happen, I needed to happen in December. Because like I said, when December 1st and I saw that somebody, it was December 1st and I saw that somebody had like week 1 of Vlogmas up. And I was just like, hold up. We watching some old content. Like I said, do y'all think y'all is the Kardashians and y'all got to get y'all productions? Because that's why I say it better be like a major production. Because maybe I'm just not that big of a creator to understand why. Because why would you participate if it's not authentic? And I guess it's building a brand on authenticity. It's just like, we know you can't do every day. That's fine. Because even YouTube, for my workshops, they talking about our holiday challenges to post a short every day. Well, I guess I won't be doing this one because y'all ain't never done that before. So when y'all started doing that? Normally we have you have to post at least 4 shorts or, you know, pieces of content within the week. But it's just like every day. If I want to do Vlogmas, I would have done Vlogmas. But can't help y'all with this challenge right here. So this challenge workshop, I'm like, y'all, I hope they ain't giving away no big prize. They ain't say they was, but I'm just like, that one, I tried. Like I said, now we out in the Minithon, child. I be getting burnt out. Y'all ain't even see me yesterday. Because I'm just like, oh, Jesus. I'm like, it's the real deal Holyfield out here when you are creating content. And then just having to think about what I want to post and actually getting it posted and editing and implementing new things and then the workshops and then trying to have your own real life and, you know, family and child. Now my sleep schedule is revolving around editing and all this other kind of stuff, which I guess at this point it should, but back to the moral of the story and what we're here for. So boom. At the point in time where I'm getting into it with Dream Doll, this is when Mela and Dream Doll fought at the club, the restaurant, something in New York. So again, like I said, even though I have a story time about Ella, I love all my New York girls, whether it's Mela, whether it's Ella, whether it's Dream Doll. You know, I love New York, literally. I heart NY. So yeah, I guess I was being a mixie. No, well, I guess mixie is. See, I live in Florida because I'm like, because I think mixie is what they call like hoes and 304s. But I'm like, Florida mixie would be like, you in the mix, like messy, you know? I was being messy now that I think about it, because of these parasocial relationships. And at this time, this is 2000. This had to have been on my first YouTube channel. So my first YouTube channel I had 2017 to 2018. So this would have been my first Instagram, yeah, where it was like, I'm building my first brand. This was POV by KDB, okay? So Dream Doll, Mela, get into it. I don't know why to this day, which is what I asked her. All I did was I asked her I said, No, I think I was siding with Melanin because I think my comment was more so like, what happened? Do we have a problem? Because Dream Doll had already gotten jumped by Mela, Ella, the cousins, everybody. So to have me coming in her comments, you know, ganging, looking like I'm ganging with them, and I'm not even from New York. Baby, when I tell y'all Dream Doll blocked me so fast, I think that was the first, like, I call them Z-list celebrities because, you know, whatever. I just feel like, you know, A-list is, I feel like it's just A and Z. You know, oh, wait, no, I guess I'm the Z-list celebrity in my mind. So I guess they like the D squad. I don't know. But, boom. Yeah. Home Gully was just like, you know what, bitch? I don't have to deal with this shit. Not on my platform. Doc, 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 doc. And I was just not expecting that because I really wanted to know why they were fighting. Like, was it over nigga? Like, do y'all not just like each other? Like, what happened? Now that I think about it out loud, I'm like, I still want to know because that was big on the internet. So, if anybody knows why they were fighting, you know, I'm extra nosy. I still to this day, I'm like, I don't even want to say she was messing with her man because we only have seen, and it was Mela. But I'm like, what if she was fighting for Ella? Because Ella don't really fight. And Mela Leo self don't have no problem, you know, popping off of her baby sister. Which I ain't mad at her for. That's why I'll be wishing I had me some, you know, siblings. My daddy got kids, but my mama she don't have kids. She just got me. And my daddy has sons and a daughter. Yeah, just me as the daughter. So that was oh shoot, I shouldn't have done this because I need to do this piece right here. So boom, that was the time. So I'm like, at that point, yeah, that was when I got blocked. Cause like I said, I don't want to say I got into it with everybody, but the moral of the story is if you can't join them, beat them. So yeah, that time I got blocked, and I really didn't know I got blocked until I forgot what I was doing, and someone posted Dream Doll, and I was trying to go to her page, and when I tell you that mug was so profile user not available, and I was like, I know she ain't delete her page. So of course I go to Google just to see, like, is it still like an active working link? And yes, her profile was still up, you know, on the World Wide Web. I was just blocked as fuck. So now that I have a whole new YouTube channel, a whole new YouTube account, I be playing fair with everybody. That's why I said I keep my comments to myself because, baby, I was just like, not the block. But I understand it because, like I said, over here on my platform, baby, you negative, you getting blocked. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to see it. Okay? It's just not happening. So moving on to, I guess at this point, I have to move on to Aaliyah because the Ella situation is more recent than my Aaliyah situation. And then it's so funny, which is also why I thought about not doing this because I know Aaliyah is having her own transformation moment. But that is the reason why I decided that I was going to do it because it's so funny seeing like how these girls, I can't say these girls because I'm in the process of revamping my image as well. Child, I guess when they was it girls, I was a mean girl. I don't know if I was a child because I'm like the mean girls was fake bitches, but the plastics um was just, you know, the plastics. So I'm like, I was Regina George in it. Put it like that. I was Regina George in my first persona. There are parts of me in my personality that are still Black Regina George, but I'm trying to tap back into my Black Paris Hilton, you know, ways like I have always had, you know, getting back on my pretty pink princess behavior again. You know, we don't gotta be so rough. I just want to be so swan like, soft, delicate, feminine. So I'm sitting here moisturizing my hair. So yeah, we'd be fine on Fire Girl Friday because I'm just like, I need the most moisturized, juiciest, luxurious hair. Because I'm thinking, like I said, whether I braid it, whether I let my curls do their big WON one, or whether I straighten it, I definitely want my hair to be hydrated. So, boom. Moving on to Miss Joy, Aaliyah. So, I forgot what video Aaliyah made. But and then now that I think about it, I'm like, it was child one of the last videos she made. I won't say one of the last videos, but I will say after I fell out with her, the hiatus, you know, was next up on the list. It didn't. I'm like, it just wasn't long. It wasn't a long time until, you know, she just decided to disappear. And I was just like, I felt like it was because she had that mean girl energy. And it was like, yeah, you definitely got to check that because you're I hate the word influencer because I'm just like, I just want to say a well-known platform, a bigger platform. So yeah, it's just like you got some gusto behind your name. So Aaliyah posted a video, and basically in the video, she was just talking about some insecurities that she had. And y'all know how I feel about insecurities. Fuck them. Fuck them insecurities. Don't let them insecurities stop you. You see I'm up here doing my hair balled up on this side, doing all this. I'm like, them insecurities, what anybody got to say? Them people ain't gonna do nothing for you. Well, unless they, you know, watching and, you know, helping you get to where you want to be. But like, their opinion ain't gonna affect you at the end of the day. Just like they say, what I eat won't make child, what I eat won't make you ain't it something like that? So yeah, at the end of the day, that they gonna end, the opinions are gonna be just that. It's not gonna be the fact of the matter. It's not gonna be the moral of the story. So boom, she's sitting there talking about her insecurities, and in my opinion and world, I'm like telling her like, girl, we don't care. Like, not as like we don't care that you have insecurities. It's like what you call insecure, no one's focused on, because they have this big persona of perfection. Because she was just talking about how when she was younger she had Spongebob teeth. And when she said that, I'm just like, now first of all, you're a bigger channel, because my first piece of merch, I had the word, like, it was like no role model, because I was just like, no matter what I'm doing, I don't want nobody to think I'm a role model. I'm just doing what I love, and if you enjoy it, that's great, but I don't want nobody to think that I am the role model to stand or nothing like that, baby. Y'all need, like I said, at the end of the day, y'all need to be following Jesus, because that's who I'm trying to follow at the end of the day. I'm a follower of Christ, so I can get to the kingdom of heaven, because my name is in the book of life, and I'm not going to hell. I'm not going to jail. I'm not going to hell for nobody. I make that very clear, not even myself. So I'm always on a mission to do right, you know, and be a child of God. So I'm just telling her, like, girl, ain't nobody worried about no teeth. Y'all be running to whatever country, whatever doctor to fix, you know, what y'all don't like about what God gave you. Sometimes it's okay, but if it's like not affecting your health and it's just affecting your ego and your vanity, because then y'all, when they get their bodies done, they be acting like they shit on every bitch, and it's just like, girl, hold on. Like I said, just even like when big girls lose weight and then they start getting the skinny girl complex, and I hate to say it like that because I've been skinny all my life, but it's just like, I love being skinny. I've always loved being skinny. So it was like when the big bitch was hating on us, it was just like, why are you mad that I don't want to eat all day? No, I don't want to keep eating to gain weight. And when I do gain weight because I eat, I stop eating. There have been times where, child, I eat a meal a day because I am over the weight, desired weight that I want to be, and I'm going to starve it off of me. We'll pick back up once we are actually fitting into our clothes. But, like, other than that, yeah, please. Miss me with all that table talk, surgery talk, scheduling all these appointments, and then being boss and having to go back. I'm not a fan of it. I'm just really not. So yeah. And then, like I said, I'm just telling her, like, girl, you have an audience that has SpongeBob teeth. You know, there are other girls in the world that have a gap, because all you worried about is a gap. And if y'all see right now to this day, she got that damn gap. That's why I'm telling you, because I'm just like, girl, you did all of this. Oh, because I didn't even tell y'all about how. Okay, so boom. So boom. This is what I'm telling her in the comments, like, you with the little, what you call a SpongeBob gap, I mean, it's cute. Look at her right now. Is anything wrong with Aaliyah with her gap? No, okay? This is all I was saying. So she gets in my comment after I'm saying all this, and she's just like, how would you know when I had a gap? I had a gap when I was a kid, yada, yada, yada. And I was just like, hold on. Receipts, motherfucker. I said, didn't you start off YouTube with your teeth a little? That's what I'm referring to. Like, and then I had to go back. Y'all know me. I'm going back to that YouTube channel. I'm filtering videos by oldest. Give me the first video this bitch posted so I can press play and tap it and see that this hoe had a whole braces phase. That's why I was just like, wait, are we not? In what world did you think that we forgot? Because like her biggest story time is when she wasn't ugly, but she wasn't me. Had a fucking gap. Like, whether it was getting fixed because of the braces or whether that was pre-braces, I don't remember because I'm not in her life like that. I just, watched as, a viewer of YouTube and, a wannabe New York girly. And also, like I said, parasocial relationships. I also watch to see if I will hang out with these people in real life. And the answer is no. That's what I'm saying. If you can't join them, beat them. Which for me ended up being a really good thing that I did not end up cultivating good relationships in the parasocial way in the comments with these people, because the community that I'm, finding now, building now is so much better than trying to be friends with these fake old it girls. Okay? Like, I'm like, even just looking at, I'm like, I got a lot of followers from Jamaica, and it's just kind of like, yeah, if you ever traveling, I'm building a community of people that I would want to link up with in real life. Like, we could vibe out in real life. We have the same common goals. Nobody's selling coochie. Because I'm like, I think that's charm. And then they might be in competition with each other selling coochie. So I'm just like, I don't know. I don't really know, and I don't want to know. Because, yeah, they be dating the same dudes and doing they might be in the network, like No Face, No Case was trying to say. But I'm just like, girl, you did all of this crying about a gap in the comments. And then another part that blows me about these girls is, even though I'm talking about this one instance that I have with these people, and that's why I did it with them, because I'm the type of person that has shown so much love to these people prior. And it's just like, just because I've shown you love doesn't mean that, whether it's some people that we haven't talked about yet, I hold you accountable for things. I'm talking about Jayda, because I haven't gotten into it when I got into it with her, but that's all that was about. Or I'm just saying, like, love yourself, because I'm like, yeah, between Aaliyah and then we got to get into it with Ella, that was another thing. Like, love yourself naturally. Like, it's no issue with that. Like, y'all should not be upset because, you put something on the internet for people to comment on. I'm like, if you don't want people to comment on it, you didn't have to bring it to the internet. Nobody asked you for this. But it's like, now that you put it out here, there's a comment section for a reason, and you didn't turn that off. But either way, it's just like, at the end of the day, who fucking cares? Like, who cares if you have a gap? Like, who cares, like, everybody got these fake porcelain composite veneers. When I was growing up, the only person that had veneers in my life was my uncle. I got one uncle that had veneers, and that was because he was in the military. Something happened, and that's just how they fixed his teeth, by giving him, a mouthful of fake teeth. That's just literally what it was. And maybe he needed it, because I don't know what my uncle looked like without them. Because, yeah, by the time I was born and remember what he looked like, he always had them. So, boom, it's just like, if you don't have a health reason, like, people be getting these fake teeth because of vanity. I'm looking at you crazy. I'm looking at you like, it's no reason to, I just don't get it. I just don't get the fad and facade of, God didn't make me good enough. Y'all see, like I said, even with this hair, even though it may look like this, and I be having to figure out every day what I can do with it. I still don't feel like I look better in any other hair than the hair that God gave me. And that's why every day I got to figure it out. Especially now that I learned I got to keep it hydrated. That is the biggest thing about my hair. Like they say, hydration reduces breakage. So that's why I'll be sitting here doing this mask today, because it definitely needs some deep ultra moisture. I'm like, it is the end of the year. I think we got like, what, how many days left? Like, trying to feel like we got like 12, 13 days left in this year. Yes, it's like the 19th. So that's why I'm just like, I'm trying to moisturize it before the new year comes in. Because I think I'm going to straighten it. But I really want to go into the new year without having to worry about my hair. That's why I think we're going to come back this weekend and do them fantasy braids. I don't care if it take us up until Christmas to get them completed. You know, if that's what we got to do for the next few days, that's what we're going to have to do. I feel like we should do it. Because I thought about asking my braider to do it, but I know she does not like doing what's not on her menu of expertise and skills. And when I be making her do random stuff, and then I be wanting her to do my hair at 5 o'clock in the morning when I be up. Like, she's not a mother of 3. But I knew her when she was 13. So it's just like, I still take advantage of the fact that she's been doing my hair since we were kids. So that's why I'm like, now I definitely try to take care of my own hair. Because I'm like, not you come on my live talking reckless. Baby, don't worry about it. I'm like, as soon as I get this little piece twisted, I'm gonna remove you. I ain't even gonna say it. Like I said, I am on a mission to protect my space. Because you're gonna come up here with some respect, or you're gonna get blocked. You're gonna get kicked out. Simple as that. Come here questioning me about what I do. Okay. No, because I'm like, I'm not even mad about the question. It's the initial. This man put in the chat as if we know who he is or we care. Like, babe, you're on my channel. Like I said, let me go ahead and wipe my hand off and get him up out of here. Hi, user from this channel. Goodbye. This user messages are hidden. Cause yeah, goodbye. You don't have to be here. It ain't even no timeout. You don't have to be here. I keep telling y'all that I'm not your mother. I didn't ask you to be here. Now I'm giving you the opportunity to be here, but you don't have to be here, baby. You don't. And you don't have to talk reckless. Hey, welcome to the channel. See, that's how you come to the chat. You say hi, you're new. You say nice things. I'm like, you get out of pocket, you can go. Not you, but somebody just got removed. But if you get out of pocket, you can go. You can literally go. It's as simple as that. Again, I would love for y'all to be here and love it, but I mean, if you don't like it, you don't have to tell me. That's one. You could just make your exit. As I didn't ask if you liked it. You gonna get it anyway. Thank you for asking how I am. I am very well. Again, I do appreciate you for coming in the chat, being nice and gracious, and I'm definitely extending and wondering how you are today. I hope everyone is doing fabulous on this very fine Friday. I'm like, thank you for leaving some love in the chat. It's good to see everyone here. I'm like, so now I need to move on to my next story time, because I'm like, I think that, so with Aaliyah, the ending of the Aaliyah story time is, like I said, I think on my channel, I was talking about how there was a YouTube person that I had to stop interacting with because we got into it. It was Aaliyah, and that's how I ended up subscribing to, I want to say her name is, I can't think of her last name, but I want Naylor. I do know her name, Janae Naylor. Because ever since that day with Aaliyah, as soon as I unsubscribed from Aaliyah, I saw Janae Naylor pop up on my timeline. And Janae Naylor is more aligned with what I have going on. Because Aaliyah is just someone that I was watching, prior to me being a creator on YouTube. Kind of, like just what I got, just an everyday lifestyle creator, like I said, even a New York lifestyle. I'm a big fan of it. I love Gossip Girl. Like I said, I love New York. I love NY. So yeah, I was just watching her for lifestyle content. But Janae is business plus lifestyle plus production, big business. So that's why I'm like, ever since then, I have been hooked on Janae Naylor's. And like, I'm like, she's been in, I'm like, I don't know if it was Macy's, Saks, Nordstrom's, but a very high-end mall with her shades collection. And I'm like, miss one bus, next one, you know, whatever he said, next 15 minutes, another one coming. So it was just like, and then Janae Naylor has a Gap and proudly, you know, runs her business, does her life, Gap, not worried about it, stunning, slaying, whatever resonate with you. And that's why I was just like, girl, you sitting here acting like a Gap is the worst thing in the world. And personally, I love Gaps. Not on me, because I ain't never had one, but my teeth are shifting. And that's the thing that scares me, because one thing about my daddy's side, they teeth shifted to have a Gap. So I think when I get older, I am going to have a Gap. But I think my mama's genetics might keep my teeth like this. But if I have a Gap, I would not be surprised. And like the bottom of my teeth got a little, that's why I'm like, girl, ain't nobody worried about your Gap. That's really why I'm just like, girl, on Kanye West mama, I love a good little Gap like that. I don't think there's anything wrong. I think girls with gaps and glasses are the cutest. That's why I'm just like, what is your beef with what you look like naturally? Like, there's, girl, a Gap of all things for you to be acting like you don't. Please, like, girl, just fine. Because even with the braces, she was cute. Okay? So, boom. That was, yeah, how I ended up getting off of Aaliyah and onto Janae Naylor. But also, with Aaliyah announcing that she was pregnant, and I'm going to speak on it just because she posted it. But I'm like, that's another thing that made me unsubscribe to her. Not that anyone owes us when they are pregnant, going through it, anything like that. But I'm just like, if you built your brand around, you know, your life and your audience, I just feel like that was unauthentic. Like, if I was pregnant, but see, I can't expect people to be me, which is why I am my own content creator. But it's just like, if I was pregnant, would I tell y'all? There is a high probability that I would. Not that I can't get shot. I done came up here in the first video was how I cannot have kids naturally because I went through that surgery where I got my tubes and my ovaries removed. So it's just like, I am very open to the point where it's just like, sometimes I personally don't feel like I overshare because I feel like it's so much more to the story that I didn't even say. Like, just like they should say, like, I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing, but I keep sweet. And I love when she said that. So it's just like, I be keeping sweet. But people be like, you're oversharing. And I'm like, well, man, if you knew the rest, baby, you would. Like, I'm giving you what I'm cool with you knowing. Just so sometimes you may understand why I have an attitude or why I feel some type of way towards this person, or, you know, why I maneuver the way I do with certain people. Because I'm like, there may have been a little rip tiff, something that happened, you know, a little side eye, a little bombastic side eye. You never know. You never know. You never know. So, speaking of bombastic side eye, I'm like, so then after that, I ended up getting into it with Ella on Snapchat. And I think this was this year. If not this year, maybe last year. Jayda too. I think that was this year. If not this year, I'm almost certain it was this year. Because I've only been monetized on Snapchat and YouTube since 2024. It's only 2025. So it had to have been this year that both of these things happened. So boom. Ella. Like I said, I love me a New York girly. Whether it's Ella, whether it's Mella, whether it's, you know, child Nikki. I even love Belle Callis, Marlene's, Armanzar. Did she take Offset last name? I don't even know what Offset last name. What is Offset? Kiari? What is Kiari last name? I don't even know. But yeah, I'm like, now that don't mean I like everything that they do. Cause yeah, especially if my friend was married and was I wouldn't even encourage my married friend just because her husband messing around on her to go step out. I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't. That's what she was like. All my friends are telling me to go have fun, and I had a little too much fun. You shouldn't listen to them friends. I wouldn't tell you that. Girl, to death do you part with that man. That's what I'm saying. You should have known that when you got with that man. Like, come on now. I'm sure you knew. I'm sure of it. I'm just thinking, I'm like, how do I know? I don't know, but I just feel it in my soul that you knew that man was like that. So boom, Ella is on Snapchat And I'm glad somebody is all in this chat like, oh my God, I love your fingers. I love your fingers. I love your fingers. Because as you can see, my nails are my nails. I love my nails, especially with all this oil on them. They look so good because they need to be clipped, cut, so I could not have all this nail, you know, length. It's a lot of nail length, but we can definitely soften it up. So boom. Essentially, Ella was getting her nails done and she was in the process of her nails looking like this. Literally just extra length to her nail and it just being her natural fucking nail, which again with this oil looks so good. Okay, so she posts her nails like that when she's getting them done and she's just like, ugh, I hate my nails like this. So of course, me being me, I look at my nails and I'm like, bitch, what's the hate about it? Bitch can't even grow nails. Like, I know plenty of bitches in my lifetime that be like, oh my God, you can grow your nails. Like, girl, can't grow an eyelash, can't grow a nail, can't grow. They don't even got no pinky toe. Well, they got a pinky toe, not a pinky toenail. I got a pinky toenail. That's why I'm just like, so I responded and I was just like, girl, there's literally nothing wrong with your natural nails. They look great. They look healthy. Like, what are you even going on about? Cut it out. What's wrong with you? Okay, so then that's when she responded, and then she was just like, basically we was both standing on what we both said. She was just, you know, standing on the fact that she don't have to like her natural nails, and that's why she gets some clipped down, and that's why she's getting them done by, you know, her nail tech and all that other kind of stuff. And I'm just like, okay, but like, they still your nail. Like, why? I still don't understand why you had to, you know, say you hate your natural nails and that's why I'm like, they don't really be loving themselves. Like, you can't even look at your nails and thank God for nails, but just be like, I hate my nail. What? Just are mad to me. Like, you hate, like, how can you sit there and say, I hate the hair that grows out of my head? At one point in time, I will say I did not understand it. So I was in that mode, but that was self-hate. That was literally self-hate. It was very anti-black. Bottom line. And that's why I'm like, now I am big on, child, yeah, taking care of it, keeping it hydrated, and whether I'm going to be a straight natural, a curly natural, whatever. Said, is this a I guess she's a celebrity. I hate to say it like that because I'm like, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be messy when I say I guess. But I'm like, Ella ain't been on nothing besides the internet now that I think about it. Because at least India Love has had, you know, a TV show on BET, which I did not know Lemuel Plummer was the executive producer of. But, and I want to say she's more than a Boogie with a Hoodie's baby mama. But it was just like, I really don't have nothing else to tell you besides who Ella is. Because honestly, now we're going to talk about how I also was rocking with Ella because Ella was a scammer back in the day. Not that I was in the scammers, but I was rocking with her back then. To the point where she was one of them, I can flip $50 into $500. And I'm working a job that's paying me $500 every 2 weeks. So when I got paid, I definitely did hit her up and I was just like, hey, I'm trying to get in on your flip 50 to 500. Okay, so I'm like, what I gotta do? So then she messages me back and she's just telling me like, you need to go here, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. I did it, y'all, because I'm trying to get this money. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I'm telling this girl like, hey, I did it. Like, what are the next steps, y'all? She did not respond. So she ended up essentially not scamming me, which is why I ended up, you know, rocking with her, having respect for her. Because I'm like, if you know that all you're going to do is steal my money, I'm the right bitch not to steal from. I'm glad you know to leave me alone because your cover going to be blown if I don't get my $500 or my 50 back. So I was just like, dang, girl, you always flashing this money. Like, you talking about I can turn 50 into 500. I'm doing everything that you told me. Like, I also got introduced to Ella because she had bricks of money. And then that video where she was like telling her, I think this little sister is Desiree, because Desiree's so big now at this point. Like, she's so, like, she's grown up at this point. So I'm just like, yeah, I think she was 2 at this point. Ella's like, you want some money? And she's like, yeah. So the baby's trying to take the whole stack, and Ella's like, no, just take a 20 off the top. And the baby's like, I want the whole thing. And Ella's like, no, just take a 20. So she get mad because she can't get the whole brick. And I'm just like, that's, you know, what I want up in my lifetime. So the fact that she did not scare me really made me have respect for her, to the point where it was just like, you know what, I can rock with you, I can fuck with you, because you know a real bitch when you see one. I'm glad you peeped that profile and said, let me not take that girl money. Because child, you would have been at Rikers for $50. I don't know if you would have been at Rikers for $50, but either way, yeah. So with the whole going off on me on Snapchat, and this is my thing about going off on me on Snapchat, is because when I responded to them, and I am a Snapchat partner, so I know that when someone sends you a reply from your public story, it goes to your messages. You can respond in a message, or you can quote repost it, and now it say post. So the fact that these people quote reposted what I said to respond to me is why I'm like, oh no, I know people be like, but you too big and it's petty, but it's just like, you're right. And on Mrs. Onika Tanya Mirage hyphen petty, it take me 50 years to get over stuff, and I'm not even 50 years old. You could have responded to me in the message, but because now that I think about it, I'm like, was Ella's in the message or was it reposted? Because I know for sure Jayda's was reposted. And that's the part that really blew me. Because again, I'm the type of girl that shows mad love to these girls. Like, even with Aaliyah, I'm like, out of all the comments that I've sent to you in my lifetime of being on YouTube, and you've never responded, but you're upset because I don't want you calling yourself Spongebob? Girl, please get you some business in her life. Okay? Like, please. Please, please, please. So, boom. Like I said, I think Ella's was a posted reply, but I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt that it was in the messages. But part of me feels like it was a public reply. Because, like I said, moving on to Jayda, Jayda's was most certainly a public reply and did not respond when we was getting our little back and forth on the messages. So, boom. Here we go with Jayda. This is after Jayda goes on a talk show and she's getting interviewed, and it's making so much sense why De'Ara and Jayda are friends, because the way, what the do they go on interviews for to not answer the questions? Or maybe they just have a set list of questions and they just thinking people not gonna ask them. Because yeah, I am a Wendy Williams, Joan Rivers type interviewer. I'm asking what the court of public opinion wants to know. Okay? I'm not playing it safe. Do you do crack, Whitney? Okay? Because cocaine and crack is the same thing. It's just, they call it, in my mind, I'm realizing they call it crack because if you light it, that cracks that bitch open so you can get to it faster. But if you do coke, you do crack. Okay? And I'm just saying this for somebody that tried to date me, knowing that man do drugs, and I don't do no drugs. Might smoke a little weed, might have me a little drink socially, but I ain't doing no pills. I ain't taking advantage of no pills, and I ain't doing crack. I feel Judge O'Brown. I know a crackhead when I see one. You do coke, you do crack. Only coke I do is Coca-Cola. Okay? Simple as that. So, boom. She's on this show, and she's just being asked essentially questions to be accountable, and she's not being accountable. So then I asked her, I was just like, in the comments, I'm like, Jayda, you went on to this interview and like you say that you're being accountable, but you're not. Because like the whole impact, like everybody said, well, if you don't know what everybody said, I'm going to tell y'all. Jayda is who y'all think Ari is, and Ari is who y'all think Jayda is. Ari is such a sweetheart, similar to me. Sweethearts, it's a Chicago thing. Like, I love, on Webby, I love you, but like, don't play with me. I love you, but fuck you. Like, if I have to fuck you up, I will. Because don't make me do that, because I'm a lover first, but I will never let you play with me. That's why I had to block somebody in the chat. Okay, you think it's sweet? Please. Do I look like a lollipop? I might. But like, don't answer that. Don't answer that. Don't answer that, because I do got a big head and a little body. So that's why I'm like, I might. but I ain't no sucker. You ain't licking me. It ain't no lick to get over here. Simple as that. So I'm just like, you know, you are technically not being authentic, honest, anything like that. But like, I specifically forgot what the interview was because I don't care about them that much. I'm like, if y'all want, it was a 2025 interview. I think it was Tamron Hall, but I'm not certain, and that's why I'm like, I don't want to give y'all the wrong information. But I was just like, you know, like I said, even with De'Ara and Club Shay Shay, it's like, why did you go on this interview if you weren't going to be honest and accountable for the things that you have done, have said, like, especially when we see it in real time on live. Like that whole discharging the panties, where she denied it for years, but in 2025 is just now coming out saying that it was an accident. I would have fought with you so much harder if you would have told us then exactly what you told us today. I had 2 piles of clothes. One was for the cleaners. One was for a giveaway. My assistant at the time took both of them thinking they were for the giveaway, and one was for the cleaners. So yes, you know, as a woman, her underwear had a little, you know, discharge in them, which is why I advocate for cleaning them panties in the shower with you. When you wash your body, like, just get in the shower with your panties on. Like, I don't take off my panties before I get in the shower. I don't. I get in the shower, and then I take my panties off. Them hoes getting washed too. Cause it's just like, imagine how much like bodily fluid you will be putting in the wash if you didn't like wash it first. So I definitely wash my panties, you know, just a little, you know, a little rinse and rinse. Let the soap from your body and in the shower and stuff like that. Give it a nice little pre-wash. You know, that's as simple as what it is. Give it a little pre-wash. So boom. I'm like, yeah. Boom, there we go. Cause I'm like, we're done. So yeah, she ends up responding to me, just telling me about like, essentially how she's the most accountable person in this world, and she's always been accountable and don't think that she's not. And I'm just like, Jayda, you smoking dope, because for you to even think that you're accountable in any way for anything, when you backpedal and deflect, and that's what I was just saying, like, you literally don't own anything that you do. Like, she don't stand on business, literally. She don't stand on business behind anything. Because even like when she be stealing people money for them products, because I know how hard it is to run a fucking boutique out of my little closet space in the living room. So I know how challenging it could be to run a freaking warehouse. But it's just like, you know, even before then, taking people's money and not shipping out products or whatever the case may be, being bad for business. Like, I don't want to say it's okay, but it's just like, it's your truth. Like I said, baby, I had my, it was called, yeah, I'm like, most dramatic is not only what I want as my senior superlative, but I literally have tried to brand that in my brand, because if they said it, they got to stand on this. I'm like, you know, I had a most dramatic boutique. I had most dramatic lashes. Like, I'm gonna bring back most dramatic is something else. Cause I'm like, if that's what they said, I'm definitely gonna stand on it. So I'm just like, when I couldn't keep up with my orders, I just sold out for what I could sell, and I did not touch my boutique again. I haven't touched that boutique since 2012. I don't even want to say 20. Let's say like 2015, because like on 2017 I ended up getting on YouTube. But yeah, maybe like 2015. I'm thinking, because I'm like, did I have an Instagram page for it? I don't even know. I think at this point, this is when like websites was like, yeah, because I still have a website right now. But I'm just like, yeah, just be real. Keep it real at the end of the day. You know, it's no point in faking your life. And that's what I was just thinking about, the whole influencer thing and how they talking about we have these influencers. And I'm like, these are just regular people. Like, I don't like when people think because they have a certain amount of followers that they are an influencer. Because a lot of the times I don't even know who they're influencing. Because sometimes it really could just be you just have fans. like you just have a whole bunch of fans. Like when people call me an influencer, I don't necessarily feel that way because, like I said, as someone that's like a local it girl, whatever the case may be, it's just like I've always inspired people not only to be themselves, do what they want to do. I'll help you along the way. So it's like I've had more men in my lifetime tell me that I've influenced them than women. And I had to think about the fact that a lot of my, realest friends have been men. Even when I'm just thinking about, like for every female friend I had a male friend as well. So it was like I've always had a male friend. Growing up, I don't want to say always, but growing up, I had a female best friend. Growing up, I always had a female best friend and a male best friend. Put it like that. And that's why I'm just like, even on my first YouTube channel, which was POV by KDB, that I revamped as a podcast on this channel. And then I had Supernatural Showgirl, which was this channel before it was Curated by KD. So it's like Curated by KD has only existed since 2013. No, I did not mean to say 2013. I meant to say 2020 because I had to have been a pandemic. I feel like even after the pandemic, I was still the Supernatural Showgirl. Either way, Curated by KD is relatively new because I've had to rebrand. Because if you cannot join them, beat them. And it's just like, which brand is going to stick? POV by KDB was working because that was the one that I was initially getting into it with. And that's what I said when I ended up making a new brand, which is this brand. And yeah, I realized, don't blow it getting blocked on people, socials and stuff like that. Be nice to these people. Keep your opinions on your platform and to yourself. Okay? Simple as that. So I'm like, if you can't, I'm going to keep saying that because that is the moral of the story. If you can't join them, beat them. Like, I literally stand on that. So it's just like, my hands are moist as hell. That's why I'm like, all that oil that I'm definitely, right. As moist as my hands look, my hair better keep the same moisture to it because I'm just like, I'm not playing when I say that's how much moisture that I want in my hair. So yeah, y'all, I'm glad we got them four little story times out. I'm glad I got to keep myself entertained while I got to do this because this is such a boring task and it took me 72 minutes to do that. So I'm like, yeah, having to do my hair is time consuming, and thank y'all for being here with me because I'm like, yeah, y'all let me run my mouth. I could be anywhere in the world, but y'all tuned in here with me, and I love that for us. I really love that for us. I'm like, subscribe for the vibes, join the wave. Y'all know this is powered by Boats. It is based on a true story, okay? And if you are God's daughter, God's dog, God's disciple, whatever the case may be, this is the place to be. I like the way that flowed. I know God did his book. I feel so much better being able to drink. Thank you for subscribing. I'm like, let me go to your channel and let me go ahead and subscribe back to you so I'm locked in. Okay, a family holiday vlogs. I know that's right. I'm like, and I'm subscribed back to you. I appreciate it. She said, I'm already subscribed. Didn't even notice. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to hear. That's really what I like for it to be. So I'm like, yeah. At this point, I need to let this sit. I'm about to go indulge in some herbals because it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I think it's like, I don't even feel like yelling at Alexa and that's, I can't find any other device besides, I'm acting like it's not this one right here. Oh, it's 71 degrees in the neighborhood. It's 72 degrees. It's gonna be a warm Christmas, just like I prayed for. Yeah. I love being in Florida. It's so warm. Because, baby, it was cold. When I tell you I had the boots on, I had the coat with the fur, the boots with the fur, the coat with the fur. December came in with that cold front, but I was just like, Lord, please let it be warm on Christmas. Because I don't want to wear no winter clothes. I wanted to look like a Floridian Christmas. I wanted to be warm. Okay? And we can crank it up for Kwanzaa. But for Christmas, I wanted to be warm. I gotta go, y'all, because I'm like, at this point, this studio light is it's tearing me up. It's tearing me up, honey. My guard had to come out the robe. But I'm like, yeah. Nah, I gotta go. Oh, we got another subscription. Oh, I gotta do my soundboard. I gotta get better at it. That's right. Oh, this a believer on the channel. That's right. We definitely gonna tap in. We love the believers. We love the believers. That's right. That's right. That's right. God's disciples, God's dolls, God's daughters. We love to see it. But that's why I'm like, subscribe. This is the content that we love to see because we do it for God. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and tap out of this live, y'all, because like I said, at the end of the day, we did what we needed to do. Okay, so I'm here to tell y'all. If nobody told you, I'm here to tell y'all. God loves you. Jesus loves you. I love you if you love them. And in turn, you will love yourself. When you love God, you will love everything about you because you will see how wonderful he made you. From every hair on your head that he knows by the follicles to however many toes you got, because everybody don't have 10, okay? Some people might have 12. Some people might have 7. Some people don't even have toes no more. Some people have amputated. Some people weren't even born with toes. Okay, so I'm going to say from your head to your soul. That's what I'm going to say. From your head to your soul. I had to just think about it because I'm like, dang, everybody was born that way. But at the end of the day, the way God made you is perfect. Do you see people out here? I was about to say with amputated legs going to buy fake legs. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they do. And that's fine. That's fine. Let it resonate, y'all. Just... Right, we're going to end the live like this. So, yeah. I'm like, be good, be great, look good, don't hate. Spread love because that's what the real mom doing. Keep it gangster. Look out for your people because that's what real God's dolls, God's daughters, God's disciples do. We look out for each other. We get better each and every day. And I'm like, y'all, make sure y'all get from the heart. Get y'all Bible verse bracelets. Y'all, what would Jesus do? Y'all, gift, make. Like I said, I'm like, what's the little slogan? Come on, God, I got it. Subscribe and watch my channel to DIY or shop my website to BUY. That's it. That's it. It's all love, baby. Kisses and toodles. KD is signing out until the next.